Hello students, this is Dr. Jyoti Vaghmare. I am working as an assistant professor in Balchan College of Arts and Science, Solapur. And today we are going to learn a very beautiful poem written by Toru Dutt. The title of the poem is Lotus. It is a very simple and short poem which tries to prove that the Indian culture is superior in the world. In this poem, Toru Dutt had used the symbol of the poem Lotus to prove that Indian culture is greater than any other culture in this world. If you find this video helpful, please like the video, add your valuable comments, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and to press the bell icon to get all the notifications of my new uploads. Let us start the journey of learning Lotus. Before learning a poem, let us have some information about the poet Toru Dutt. You can see her image on the screen. Toru Dutt, born on 4 March 1856 and she died on 30 August 1877. She was a Bengali translator and poet. She wrote in English and French languages. The most important thing to note down about her is that she is the first Indian poetess to write verses in English and French. She is one of the founding figures of Anglo-Indian literature. Her most important works are A Sheaf Gleaned in French Fields and An Ancient Ballads and Legends of Hindustan. She also wrote a novel in French, and the title of that novel is Le Journal de Mademoiselle d'Hervès. Although she is writing in the foreign languages such as English and French, but her themes are completely Indian. Unfortunately, she died at the very young age of 21 years. The poem Lotus, it is a sonnet. The sonnet is a poem of 14 lines. There are 3 types of sonnets in English language. The first one is the Petrarchan Sonnet. The second type is the Shakespearean Sonnet. And the third type is the Spenserian Sonnet. Sonnets are introduced into the English language by Thomas Watt and Earl of Surrey. In a Petrarchan sonnet, the 14 lines of the poem are divided into 2 divisions, the octave and the sestet. The octave consists of 8 lines and the sestet consists of 6 lines. In the Shakespearean and the Spenserian sonnets, the 14 lines are divided into 3 quarters and a couplet. The difference between the Shakespearean sonnet and the Spenserian sonnet is that the rhyming scheme of the Shakespearean sonnet is AB AB, CD CD, EF EF, G G. But in a Spenserian sonnet, the interlinking rhyme scheme is used, such as AB AB, BC BC, CD CD, EE. This is the difference between the Spenserian sonnet and the Shakespearean sonnet. But the Lotus is a Petrarchan sonnet. Here the 14 lines are divided into octave and the sestet. The first 8 lines of the poem are called octave and the last 6 lines of a sonnet are called sestet. A sonnet deals with a single idea. In the octave, there is a proposal, there is a description of some problem or some theme, and in the sestet, the problem is resolved. Toru Dutt here raises a problem in the object, and the problem is who is the undisputed queen of the flowers, and she resolved this problem in the sestet. So there is a question in the octave that what flower can win the title of the queen of flowers, and in the sestet she proves or she provides the answer. The story of the poem Lotus, it is a very interesting, it is a narrative poem. In the beginning of the poem, the god of love, Cupid, he came to Flora. Toru Dutt has used the Roman mythology here in this poem. So Cupid is the god of love, and he came to Flora. Flora is the goddess of the flowers and forest. And Cupid asked to Flora that give me a flower which can become undisputed queen of flowers. Lily and the rose, they had been fighting for the title of queen of flowers since long time. Each flower, with its own supports from poets, claimed for the title of undisputed queen of flowers. But God of love rejected the claim of both of the flowers. And he asked Flora to create a unique flower. He requested to Flora that the flower must be the most beautiful of all the flowers. It must be the undisputed queen of flowers. The flower must surpass in beauty and grandeur over the two old rivals, Rose and Lily. The important thing to note down here is that Cupid asked Flora, the flower, which can become the undisputed, unrivaled queen of the flowers. Lily and Rose, they were the old rivals for this crown. Both of them competed for the high honor and of being called undisputed queen of flowers. Both of them were proud of their beauty and grandeur. The rose was proud of its color, and white lily, see, we can see that the color of the red rose is very beautiful. So rose is very proud about its beautiful color. And white lily, it has the innocence, it is a symbol of the purity. So the white lily had the grace of the face of goddess Juno. In this poem, Toru Dutt compares the beauty of Lily with the beautiful face of goddess Juno. And Juno is the wife of Cupid. Some poets and bards, they favored the rose, and some supported white lily. The pale face of white lily resembles the stately and graceful face of goddess Juno. On the screen you can see the image of goddess Juno, and she is the wife of god of love Cupid. And the beauty of the white lily is compared to the beauty of goddess Juno in this poem. The rose has been an old rival of the lily for the high honor of being called the queen of flowers. The redness of the rose. See how beautiful the color of the red rose is there. and it is the first choice of the lovers in all over the world. Its delicacy and beauty is matchless. A large number of poets have been given the high honor of being queen of flowers to the rose. But some critics believe that rose cannot match the dignity and the grace of lily. So now, god of love Cupid asked Flora to create a unique flower. He rejected the claims of both flowers, rose and lily, and he asked Flora that he wants a unique flower. And it would be the undisputed queen of flowers. First, he asked Flora to create a flower that must have been the attractive red color of rose. Then he changes his mind and asks to create a flower that might have the grace of lily. So first, Cupid chooses the red color, then he changes his mind and selected the white color of the lily. But finally, he ended the confusion and Cupid resolved the issue. He wanted such a unique flower that might have the redness of the rose and whiteness of the lily. First, god of love, Cupid. He chose the red rose, the color of the red rose. Then he chooses the white color of the lily. Please remember that here he is not choosing the flowers, but he is asking for the color. First, he chooses the red color of the rose. Second, he chooses the white color of the lily. But finally, he asks to Flora that he needs the fusion of both colors. And you can imagine if the red color is mixed with the white color, the result is pink. And Flora provided him the lotus. Very beautiful. So by establishing the superiority of the lotus flower, Toru Dutt has tried to establish the superiority of the Indian culture. So finally in this poem, Lotus became the undisputed queen of the flowers. The lotus is considered as a cultural symbol in Indian society. It has been a favorite flower with Indian gods and goddesses. Both Lord Vishnu and Goddess Lakshmi have the lotus as their seat. Even in the present times, the lotus enjoys a unique respectability in Indian society. Lotus is a national flower of India. All the great civil honors have been named after the lotus. Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, etc. So rose stands for passion because of its color. Lily stands for purity, innocence and simplicity. Lotus is the symbol of Indian culture and Hindu religion. Lotus flower springs from surface water and from the earth and will remain unblemished, not matter for the impurity of the water or the mud. Toru Dutt has used the Roman mythological gods such as Flora, Cupid and Juno in this poem. The lotus is not only the symbol of the Indian culture, but Toru Dutt uses the flower lotus as the symbol of the fusion of Eastern and Western philosophy.